Everybody, before we get into this morning's update, I want to go over a quick synopsis of what's transpiring so far. First, as you can see, I'm healing up just a tad bit on my face. The scabbing fell off. So yeah, it looks a little raw, but very quick healing. So I'd like to think that intermittent fasting is helping my healing process, plus all the things I do, but I'm definitely healing up very quickly, a lot quicker than I normally do. My hand swelling is down by about 80%. Range of motion coming back. It'll take a few weeks before I can get back into the gym and stuff, but the progress for everybody asking is going fantastic, so I appreciate everybody's questions. We've got a few things to talk about with XRP as it maintains under that 47-cent threshold. We're sitting at about the 4696, and we also had a lawyer touch base with what would happen to XRP's price action if the SEC did become victorious over Ripple. So it's always good to hear both ends of the speculation, not just the good, but also the bad. So make sure you hit that like button, as it will really help push me through the analytics. I was hoping more people would have watched that live yesterday when it was released. Only about 400 people seen it, but it was about the Ripple protocol consensus algorithm, and it's very, very important. It was the 8-page PDF, the exact presentation that was laid out. So make sure you go and watch that if you have any interest in the protocol. Other than that, we're going to take a look at the XRP price action, as we're going to see if the time's now for the XRP holders. Is this the make it or break it point? Because now it's the time now. It's either going to have to make the decision to break the 471 and ultimately push up over the 48 cents to invalidate the bear flag. Otherwise, we're going to have an 18% drop roughly. Once we crack 457, I'm going to show you the exact breakdown after this. And one more thing, don't forget to give thanks to your Lord and Savior Jesus Christ today on this Sunday. And remember, positivity over negativity. It means everything. Good morning, 10:42 a.m. Eastern Standard Time on the Sunday, July 9th, 2023. I'm XRP Future Millionaire, and I reside in the great state of Michigan. So before we get into the charts, I want to go over this real quick. What would happen if SEC wins lawsuit against Ripple over XRP? Right now, we can see the price action sits at 4690. We'll get into the price action in just a second. As if we do confirm the bear flag, this is what I theorize would happen. As you can see where I circled, there's been a bearish cross in the daily. So that is very, very, very important to pay attention to. And the fact we've gone 4 days without breaking back over is a pretty bearish sign, but not the end of the world until this happens. And we'll look at that in just a moment. Lawyer outlines what would happen if SEC wins lawsuit against Ripple over XRP. A lawyer has outlined what he believes to be the most likely outcome of the U.S. Securities and Exchange Commission SEC wins against Ripple Labs and XRP is declared a security. He expects Ripple to appeal if the SEC wins, warning if Ripple loses to the SEC, there won't be any money collected for years. Lawyer explains likely outcome of SEC lawsuit over XRP. Lawyer Johnny Deaton, founder of Crypto Law and managing partner of Deaton Law Firm, has outlined what he believes would happen if the U.S. Securities and Exchange Commission SEC wins the lawsuit against Ripple Labs and XRP is declared a security. The SEC sued Ripple, its CEO Brad Garlinghouse and co-founder Chris Larsons in December 20th over the $1.3 billion sale of XRP tokens, which the regulator claimed are unregistered securities. U.S. District Judge Annalisa Perez is overseeing the case. The Ripple team has maintained that XRP is not a security. If Ripple loses to the SEC, there won't be any money collected for years, Deaton wrote in a lengthy tweet on Thursday. He detailed, if the SEC wins, Ripple will appeal and the status quo that exists today will continue over the next 2 to 5 years. Assuming the SEC wins in the civil case, lawyers get a win because the judge in California follows Judge Perez's ruling. Ripple will appeal that case as well, and there will be no money for years if ever, he warned, emphasizing 5 years from now, if Ripple loses all the appeals, the SEC would then collect the money, i.e. $1.3 billion, not the civil plaintiffs. In this situation, the pro-XRP lawyer explained that the securities regulator would then offer a payback, a fund for XRP holders to sell their XRP. This is what would happen in Veritasum. Deaton noted, if I were the plaintiff's lawyer, attorney in the civil case, I would want the SEC to lose because the SEC winning will gut the damages for the civil case. Ironically, if there was a recovery, XRP holders would get more money from the SEC fund because in the civil case, the lawyers will get between 25 to 35% of the recovery for attorney fees before the case are deducted from the fund. So basically, all XRP holders would get between 65 and 75% of a recovery judgment, while again, the lawyers get richer. This is the whole game. They get 25 to 35%. So don't believe they're doing this Ripple, XRP, the SEC. Nobody's doing it for us. They're doing this to line their pockets and get clarity along the way. Don't get it twisted. We love XRP, but do not get it twisted. Moreover, he noted if the Supreme Court takes it on appeal, which I believe they will if Congress hasn't acted by then, I believe Ripple hands down wins with the Supreme Court. The attorney went on to discuss the consequences of being on the list of 75,000 XRP holders, which he created. Being on the 75,000 list is actually a good thing because a massive putative class of XRP holders is easily identifiable, he described, elaborating. By joining the class list I put out, no one waived anything whatsoever by joining the list. In fact, if there was ever any money for XRP holders from the civil case or the SEC case, I'd likely be contacted because you have to give notice of the recovery to XRP holders. And I am in a possession of a list of 75,000, he opined. Nonetheless, Deaton insisted the reality is, I doubt the civil case leads to anything, emphasizing if the SEC wins in the end, it would collect the money and offer the best option. Ironically, also, if Ripple loses and Congress fixes this regulatory mess during the 5 years of appeals, it all goes away anyway. So look, they're pointing out to 2028. What have I always talked about? We might be sitting here for many, many years, but like I've been saying, end of 2023 into September, end of third quarter, that's where we'll get any kind of likely settlement or the start of a trial by jury. And I've been saying this since March of 2021. All you have to do is listen. And like I always say, I'm the beacon of knowledge. I send out a signal. It's your job to turn on the radio to the right frequency and tune out all the noise. A lot of people will turn the radio on, skip my broadcast, and they will watch the Fudsters because they tell them it's going to 25,000. Watch me so you can get in at the right times and you could actually make a life-changing amount of money. Ripple CEO in May that the legal battle with the SEC has incurred significant costs for the company, accounting to $200 million. He previously explained that the outcome of the SEC lawsuit against Ripple will be pivotal for the whole industry. So I wanted to read that. Now we'll go into the XRP chart. We're just going to keep it XRP based. My next update, I'll get into the rest. So XRP right now, we see the bearish cross where it's circled, the 20 cross and the 50, which is that red cross and the orange line on the exponential moving average in the daily time frame. And the importance of this is in the 4-hour time frame, we're getting rejected right now. On the 20-day, we came just over by a little bit. But now that 471 area is being used as resistance. We talked about 473, which it came just above that. But the 20-day now, as it's trending down, is now around 47 cents. So getting rejected here, as it's showing right now, that would validate the bearish cross in the daily, confirm the breakdown in the 4-hourly. And now the next pending move would be first at 457, then down to the 44-cent inverted head and shoulders neckline. And this is what I theorized a few days ago would happen. And it's actually ironically gone exactly almost to the exact level where we talked about. Now if it comes down and holds the inverted head and shoulders neckline, I theorize you would have to have a pattern formation breakdown and retest of that broken pattern at 457 or all the way up to possibly, if it comes out here, it could be back up to 462 area of resistance, 464. So if you get a rejection there, that's how I feel like you'd come through, and then you get rejected on 44 cents. Then you make that drop down to the bottom of the formation, which is actually down at about 377 or 375. But if you break through that, you go down to the 2020 uptrend, which is firmly at 36 cents. And that's how you'd get all the way down to here. And this is the 2020 uptrend. If you got anything out of this update, make sure you hit that like button. I would greatly appreciate if you subscribe to the channel, as we're just about at 16,700 subscribers. And if you want to pay it forward, join Tom's Army. I don't do any paid advertising, paid promotions, or paid sponsorships. So for anybody who's gotten something out of my content and you want to show your appreciation for time put in, it's in the video description below and or pinned comments. There's a mission statement of why you're so important, how you become an integral part of my community by joining Tom's Army. And then if you're looking to trade XRP in the USA, even leverage trade with no KYC, FEMX, it's in the video description below and pinned comments. That's the way to do it. Take advantage of it. Now they've got 0.9% on Visa and debit card purchases. But obviously, if you use your debit card or you try to withdraw to a bank, you're going to have to do a KYC. So be alerted to that. If XRP by some miracle holds this 457 area, you could be looking at a 22% pump up to 558. Just consider that if we do break to the top side and hold this pattern formation, there's a lot of room to the top side. But right now, just from the signals, it's looking very, very bearish.